Hi there. So this is a little bit out of order. My more astute viewers might know, because this is Icon BR number 34. Why is it out of line? Well, it took a bit longer. I've built several trucks for this guy, and he's quite the character. Used to drive me nuts. Actually, still drives me nuts, but I really like him. He had an Icon Bronco, and after about 2 days of ownership, he calls me and says, "No, this isn't going to work." I said, "Why? What's wrong?" He says, "It's too nice." I'm like, "Well, what do you want me to do with that information? Like, you want me to build you a crappier one?" There's plenty of people that are willing and game to do that, but I ain't one of them. He's like, "No, but it's too deluxe with this leather and this bonus option and stuff. I want more of like an old school strip down." So the big joke is, this truck's fancier than that truck, because he's a geek like me. So really the only thing simplified on this truck is manual windows and door locks and the new old school wheels. Other than that, I hope it's as nice as the one he had before. In fact, I hope it's better. I try to make each and every one of them better. But whatever, it came out really cool. And it took longer because we worked with kind of a legend, a rock star, a living star in kind of hot rod cultures. Sid Shaver is a phenomenal upholsterer up in Northern California. So our client had us conspire with Sid and then had him do his thing. So it's my normal seats, but the headrests have been shaved and the patterns are a bit different. It's a perforated leather from Relicate Leathers, friends of ours we've been playing with more and more these days. We also leather wrapped the steering wheel and the dash. Sid, hats off to you. You're the man. Beautiful job. You made my upholsterer jealous, which is healthy. This truck lives out in Malibu. It's close enough. And I'm going to deliver it to the new house the client just built, because I've been dying to check that out as well. Let's take the freeway first. I'm going to take Malibu Canyon, but let's get on the 101 together here first so you can really kind of hear and feel the energy these trucks have, because we worked really hard to get the gear mapping and the performance to be reasonable and rational, both on the highway and off-road. So you'll see. Let's do it. Wow, there's something I haven't seen before. Looks like a trail, like a tail dragger blazer. Homie. Oof. I don't know, maybe the airbags just collapsed. Let's hope so. All right, let's do this. Too much traffic, but still fun. So there you go, no drama. We're doing 80 miles an hour, my bad, and we're spinning 2,300 RPM. So it's nice, puts you right in that sweet spot. Still have your efficiency, but kind of right on the bottom end of the power curve with this Coyote 5.0. Works out nice. Well, that's enough of LA freeways. Let's hit the canyons. We're gonna take beautiful Malibu Canyon over to the beach side. All right, let's talk specs. Specs. So this truck is a 1970. We started out with a lovely example, I might add. Original paint, no issues, really exceptional body. Really helped the job go smooth. And we did the Coyote, of course, Coyote 5.0. That's the fuel-injected aluminum V8 that is most famous for its application in the current production Mustang GT. This truck has our new redesigned front airbox intake, which gave us less turbulence in the airflow and helped us map for optimum performance and efficiency, so we're happy about that. Small change, but big brain drain for getting it right, I'll just tell you. That's another story. We're running the 5-speed tranny on this one, the AX15, which in turn sends power through to the Atlas 2 twin-stick shift-on-the-fly part-time four-wheel drive transfer case. This one's the Highlander, so that's running the 3.0 gears in top range. For axles, of course, we're running the Dynatrac Dana 60 Pro Rock high pinion in the rear and the Dana-based 44 Pro Rock in the front, again from Dynatrac. Both front and rear axles on this truck are sporting the ARB locking differentials with the dedicated air compressor. And we're also running their new beloved hydro-boosted Brembo sport brakes. Specifically, that is 6-piston front calipers, oversized vented and slotted rotors, 2-piece hats, titanium hardware. And in the rear, we're running a 4-piston caliper with a standalone dedicated parking brake caliper. Those front calipers, by the way, are just stupendous. They're literally this size of a pro football. I mean, they're just nuts, and they really made a huge improvement in our stopping power. I'm really happy about that. We're also running the sport suspension with the Fox Racing Icon proprietary nitrogen-charged 2.5-inch body shocks with the remote canisters. Specifically, the architecture is triangulated 4-link with Johnny joints in the rear and radius arm with Johnny's in the front. And then you have front and rear tunable sway bars as well. Trim, really cool classic white. It's white I've done a couple times. First time I've done this specific white on a Bronco, but I have used it before, quite fond of it. It works really well with that like black, white, gray kind of tonal vibe. There's just some certain purity to it. You'll notice it's gloss, which is a change for us. Happy to see a couple more of the gloss ones coming into production. We decided not to do the Ranger trim, which I don't know, I think the Black Ranger trim would have looked really cool on this. What do you think? We did, however, do the volcanic black wheels. These are the new Icon old school wheels, which I'm super excited about. So they are made here in Southern California. They're CNC'd. We're running restored vintage Ford hubcaps on them. And they are lighter than the 15-inch steel wheel that they replace, but the idea was to develop a wheel that still had that kind of retro stock vibe, but that would fit our big modern brakes. So now, of course, they are 18 inches. Front and rear bumpers, the usual Icon fare. In the front, we integrated the aircraft landing lights, those LEDs for aux lighting. We also hid the usual Warren winch stuffed down in that little cubby. And then in the back, we also have the aux light. The rear bumper's been equipped with the reverse camera option as well, which shows up on the head unit. Head unit is the lovely 8100 NEX from Pioneer. Great unit, very easy to use, has excellent Bluetooth navigation, but probably my favorite aspect of it is that it runs CarPlay. So dock your phone, interfaces just like your phone, no brain drain, voice to text and all that goodness too. It works out really nice. Our visors that we're so self-satisfied with from our friends at Rosen, who do the mostly aircraft visors. That's where we discovered them, and they work really nicely in this truck. Standard H-bar, you may notice that we have changed the finish to not a black wrinkle, but a mini tex. We've discovered that it's more durable, and I like the sheen value of it better too. That's just me. In-dash heat vent AC from Vintage Air, nothing different there. Usual dash layout, we stuck to the menu. We did recently alter the program on the Dakota digital gauges. You can control when they light up and how much. So we adjusted that setting recently because we've been doing it on the FJ and have been working great. Now we made it so during the day they're full illumination, which is just nice, a little easier to read, a little design detail, and then at night they're basically at half mast. And then you can still tune that if you want. New center console, as I mentioned, the usual seats with the pretty usual carbon fiber heat blanket stuffed in there. And the upholstery, the leather was perforated for the inset panels, and then the outer was left solid. The rear seat restyled, the usual frame, but again restyled lightly to match this change in the fronts. carpets are something different as well. It's that Hargarten square weave that we like to use. And again, Sid did that, and he bound it in the leather. Dynamat lined it, and then he did that interesting stitch detail, which I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about. I think I would have liked just something more simple, because it's not really adding utility, so what's the point, right? What do you think? I guess the only remaining interesting detail to talk about would be the soft top. Ooh, tunnel. Tunnels are fun. I'm sorry, my bad. What were we talking about? Oh yes, the soft top. So, we've built several icons for this client over the years. Years ago, I think the first icon we did for him was a white FJ43. Now on that truck, he said he wanted to go with more of a kind of weathered, aged, sort of military canvas burlap situation, and we did that on the FJ. I didn't like it. It was noisy, it flapped around, it's not waterproof, so it's just kind of silly. This time he wanted to do the same thing again, but fortunately he let me geek out a little bit more, so we did our usual 3-ply hearts canvas top, and then we skinned it with the canvas, which we added a water barrier to, and then we put our insulation barrier in between. So I think it got the look he wanted, but the utility and longevity that we wanted. Another fun thing we decided to do on this, you know, when I was up at Nike's headquarters recently, they let me mine through their materials lab, which is just too much fun for me. And there's this super cool, highly reflective DuPont material that they've developed. And I was like, that could be interesting. Like, what if we did that in a soft top? So kind of like a safety element, because it's visually neutral until light hits it. And at night, when headlights hit it, it's kind of like the Tron bike from the movie, where it looks kind of like neon, like it excites really quick. So I thought it'd be a cool way to add visibility for the client at night, and it works out really good. The thing we did though, you know, we could have used a more vibrant material, but during the day it's silver and it's kind of in your face. So we went with the dark charcoal one, which doesn't have the same lumen count that the other one has, but I think it's a worthy sacrifice. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's enough. Rolling up on my customer's property here, so I'll shut up in a minute. But one last time to thank you guys for watching this video, for supporting my brand. It means a lot to me and all my peeps. If you have any questions, give us a call. 818-280-3333. Website, of course, is icon4x4.com. And Instagram is icon4x4. Facebook is simply Jonathan Ward. Y'all have a great day, okay? See ya.